So let's take a look at this Ferrari 308 GTSi. It's a 1981 car, 28,000 odd miles on the clock. It's pretty low for its age. It was off-road for some while and then it was recommissioned in about 2006. So the GTSi was the first fuel-injected variant of the 308. So the original one came out in 1975, so it was carburetted. But although when they put in fuel injection, the emissions decreased, sadly so too did the power output. So it went from about 255 metric horsepower with the carburetted version to just 214 on the GTSi. But this model only lasted a couple of years and it was then replaced by the Quattro Valvoli, or QV. Quattro Valvoli being Italian for 4 valves, so 4 valves per cylinder. And the way to work out which one's which is if you're looking at the front, you've got these louvers over the fenders, just behind the headlamps, while the Quattro Valvoli has another set of louvers across the front of the bonnet. If you're confused between these and a 328, and the 328 fills in the sort of wedge front, makes the nose a lot more rounded, a lot more blunt. The louvers behind the headlights disappear, and the louvers across the bonnet are pretty much doubled in number. They did the same kind of thing to the rear. So this is actually because it's a GTSi, that means it's a Spider, but in this case Spider effectively means Targa, so you get this sort of removable hard top that just stashes into a little case behind the seats. For those of you who are fans of 70s and 80s television, this is your Magnum PI type of car, and you can just imagine putting on a bushy moustache and Hawaiian shirt and driving around in that. I think this is probably one of my favourite Ferraris. So the GTSi might well be the least desirable of the 308s, but it still is a Ferrari. It's a Spider. This one's in great condition and low mileage. So they're guiding actually between 60 and 70,000. So you can get 308s for less than that, but those factors combined. And it's a manual, of course, with that lovely metal gate. So skipping the Ferrari 328 generation, we go from the 308, 328, and then this 348. So this is the 348 TB. Now the B stands for Berlinetta, as for most Ferraris. There was obviously a 348 TS, which was the Spider. But the T doesn't stand for turbo. It's way before turbos started coming onto Ferraris. It stands for Traversale, or transverse, and it refers to the gearbox. So it's got the V8 engine tucked under the lid there, but also a transverse gearbox helps them package it into the car. Quite a departure in terms of styling. These cars have these kind of side strakes, very reminiscent of a Testarossa. Not quite the car that the Testarossa was, though. These weren't massively well received when they were launched back in 1989. Not the most desirable Ferraris. They're probably one of the cheapest ones you can buy, somewhere between these and the Mondial, which actually shares quite a lot of the components of the 348. But it's a manual Ferrari, and it's not short of power. It's a 300 metric horsepower, 324 newton meters of torque, and it will do 0 to 60 in around about 6 seconds. So this one's 65,000 miles and it's guided 45 to 55,000 pounds. Both of these cars are on sale at themarket.co.uk. Check out the website for more details. Thanks very much for watching. More videos soon.